We're sorry, folks. We are having some technical difficulties with the camera this time. We'll give you what has happened so far. New Albany got the opening kickoff, went about 50 yards, and was intercepted by the Tigers. Tigers first and goal down about their 1 yard line for the Tigers. Tigers looking to punch it in. And we're here live. That was going to be a touchdown, Tigers.
Yeah, it was a touchdown, John. Like you said, Shettles, going back to that third down play, want to catch up anybody. Again, we apologize. One of our pieces of equipment malfunctioned, but we got that working now. And but basically on third down, Shettles was looking for a slant on the inside. Ripley just went with some man coverage, a little bit of, zone coverage with a zone blitz, and threw it right to the defender in the middle of the field, and ran it simply back to the 1 yard line, just about got the football in, but rather it only took one play, and Ripley struck. And, John, let's keep it here for right now since we've missed so much time. We'll get our commercial break in on the next stoppage, but we want to catch everybody up again. We apologize, but we're glad we are finally set up with our and giving you the coverage that we are so excited for as Ripley leads here 7-0. And John, I don't think in a game like this, Ripley could have asked for a better start.
No, you're right, Owen. They come out. New Albany has a few successful plays, but other than that, that's Ripley defense just steps up and does what the Ripley defense has been known to do, call some turnovers for. Calls turnovers early and often. You see our scoreboard for Justin Roberts. All-state scoreboard. 7-0 there, you Tigers. Owen, man, I tell you what, it's good to be back on TV.
Yeah, it is. Hate, we had those difficulties, but, it happens, and we're glad that anybody that stuck around with us, we appreciate you doing so. As Freddie Lopez gets ready to kick this one away to the Bulldogs. Cody Atkinson, one of the main men back, as well as a couple other Bulldogs, and that's going to be a pooch kick, and will be caught by number 13 of the field. Now goes to the right side, and he's got a little bit of a blocker in front of him, and now cuts back up the middle, and he is finally brought down.
Yeah, number 13. Yeah,
Jeb Boland, number 13,
right.
With a heck of a
he gets in no hurry. He follows his blockers exactly the way you were dropped up to draw the play, and he follows his blockers around the outside edge, gets a corner, and gains a nice return for the Bulldogs there. Bulldogs take up the territory.
I want to give New Albany a little bit of credit. If for nothing else, we've got a 2 lineup for us. As a broadcaster, that means the world.
Yeah.
1st and 10, Bulldogs, Shettle, hand off to Atkinson. And Atkinson will go for about 2 or 3 yards, and he will be tackled up, swallowed up by Keegan Collier and number 7 among them. So a flag and maybe as well.
There should be a light over there.
Well, we do have a referee stoppage, an official's timeout rather than a flag.
Maybe try to get a hold of this one early because they do know the rivalry game.
Yeah, you definitely, if you're an official, you got to make sure that's one of the things you're keeping an eye on. And I don't know if there was much extracurricular activity, but that is the thing to bring up. You see a lot of times in this rivalry game, there's a key point in the game where one of the teams, the veteran leadership, doesn't quite show up the way it should, and obviously that hadn't happened yet. But we'll see if that plays a factor. Like we said in the pregame, these are 2 teams that just straight up do not like. Both teams, obviously New Albany's going to be a bit frustrated after giving up what was essentially a pick 6. So I'm sure Shettle in this offense wants to come out with a little bit more energy and come out and get those points back. 2nd down and 10. A 5 wide set this time for the Bulldogs. And that's something you usually see out of Coach Defense. Shettles takes a snap, and he won't get the throw as the false start will back the Bulldogs up 5.
False start against the Bulldogs, be a 5-yard penalty.
So another error by the Bulldogs as it's going to push him back to 2nd and long. We'll see the Bulldogs going to stick in a 5 wide set.
Yeah, this is something we haven't seen from a lot of teams this year. There's a 5 wide set. They're going to drop a man out. They're going to give Shuttles a long time throw, gets a man across the middle and just overthrows the receiver. That was going to be number 4, I do believe.
Yeah, that was DJ Robinson, a sophomore, intended target. Ran just a little bit of a short post route, not a little bit more than a slant, but not as much of a usual post. And it beat the man. He had the inside of him in the middle of the field, but Shettles just let him a little bit too much.
Yeah, Shettles now under pressure. He's going to get sacked.
Yeah, and that's where you see that freshman quarterback play come into the effect of the game, as it was just supposed to be a screen pass, and Shettles was going to have an opportunity to loft it over the top, but the pressure got to him and never decided where he wanted to go with the football, and so now it'll be the Bulldogs that punt it away.
The speed of that Ripley defense, man. Ripley is fast up front. Oh, and we've lost video.
C.J. Martin is going to be the return man back, as the punt is put up in the air, end over end, and it's going to get a nice bounce. Will hit a Bulldog in the back and down at the 30-yard line. So as the Ripley gets set for possession, we will hear a word from our sponsors and on RCTV 19. Make sure you're plugged in well.
B&B Concrete in New Albany says good luck to our local teams and athletes this football season.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad
we welcome you back here from and 10 for the Tigers. It'll be a run up the middle, and it will go just about nowhere. No gain on the play.
We do apologize. We were going to run our ads there, but the Tigers come out quickly to take the offensive possession. So we'll hear a word from our sponsors just as soon as we can. We do apologize to our sponsors for that, but we want to thank each and every one for what they do for us here at TV 19. 8:01 remaining, 7-0.
Ty Long will be in the pistol set now on second down at 10. Jalen Brooks behind him. And there is going to be a zone read kept by Long. He runs to the sideline and will be forced out by a couple Bulldogs after a gain of about 4. It's going to bring up third down and about 6 or 5 for the Ripley Tiger offense. And
that's something we have not seen out of the Tiger offense this year. That zone read package where Long has the ability to pull the ball and run around the outside corner. Long, an athletic style quarterback, pulls the ball and gets about 4 yards there out of a play that if he hands off, gets nothing.
Well, you always got to keep a couple secrets in your playbook to only pull out when you really feel like it's the right time. And it was a good play for the Tigers. Sets up a third manageable. As Long rolls out, he's got C.J. Martin. Can he hit him? And no, just out of reach. A good defense by the corner there of the Bulldogs. That was number 18 on the coverage. And it's going to force the Tigers to punt it away, and the Bulldogs will get the football back.
Yeah, 18 for...
That's Portland Earl with the great coverage.
Yeah, he stayed right with Martin the whole time. Long put it where only his man could catch it, so a good pass there from Long.
Yeah, and that's when, if you're the Tigers, you wish you converted it, but at the same time you can live with it because, like you said, he put it only where his guy could get it. You didn't put it in harm's way. But that punt by Aquan McDonald will roll, and it looked like it was going to be a poor punt at first, but a nice bounce gets it inside the 30. As now we will hear a word from our sponsors with the Tigers leading the Bulldogs 7-0, 7:28 remaining in the first.
19 for our local sports. You know, coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your.
Bulldogs will hand it off to number 14. Kalium Shaw, the 5'7" junior, who gets about a yard, if that's going to bring up. Actually, they're going to push it back now, and then they'll push it back forward. If the official spot finally comes to 2nd down and 9, a gain of 1 for Shaw on that off-tackle run.
And New Albany running a little bit of tempo here.
Something that Coach Stubblefield is not afraid to do if he feels like the game necessitates it. And to this point, the Bulldogs need to find a way to get rushing offense going. This is something we know the Bulldogs pride themselves on, is running the ball effectively and physically. So we will see how that goes, as another run of just about 2 yards. It's going to set up. It's a 3rd down and 7. Again, manageable for the Bulldogs, but definitely going to want to get out of that 3rd and long situation tonight against this Tiger defense. As Shettles hard counts and now looks back to the sideline for the call.
Yeah, they were hoping to draw Ripley at offsides, but stays home, does a good job there.
And the blitz, I think it might have made the Bulldogs jump. Let's see who they're going to go with on this flag.
Yeah.
They're going to go with a false start against the Bulldogs. The blitz forced the center to jump, and maybe forced isn't the right word since it was an offsides, but rather, instead, it gets the jump that Ripley wanted, and now you're behind the sticks, 3rd and 12. Shettles looks, scrambles, turns back to the right side of the field. He might have made some magic. It's on the sideline. Let's see what the officials rule. Incomplete, out of bounds. What a play by the freshman. Keep it alive, but the intended target, number 13, Jeb Boland, just could not complete the catch going out of bounds. So it'll be 4th down and 12, and the Bulldogs for the caught by Mark, break a tackle, and will not get much more, as he will finally be pulled down, and it'll be about the 44-yard line where the Tigers will 7-0. Tigers still lead here on RCTV 19.
Hey.
Ball team and baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate.
Tigers back on offense. 1st down and 10. Long fakes a handoff to the first man and now gives it up to Jalen Brooks, and Brooks gets about 3, and it will bring up 2nd down and 7. Tigers giving the Bulldogs multiple looks in the run game. And obviously with a team like the Tigers that are so good at running the football with so many different athletic players in the backfield, why not just try out a few fakes and see if you can't break something big?
Tigers there just kind of got 2 in the backfield, almost running T formation with a tight wing formation out of shotgun.
Now they'll hand off up the middle to Brooks again, and Brooks got 2 yards is what we'll call it. It'll bring up 3rd down and 4. So again, another 3rd and manageable for the Tigers. We'll see if they go to the air, if they just try to pick it up on the ground.
Yeah, Tigers have been content to pound it here on this drive. 3rd and about 5. So we'll see what the Tiger offensive coordinators signal in here.
And John, one of the Bulldogs, the ball was spotted at the 49. He just tapped it back over to the 50. That was the intended spot, but it just was kind of funny, just trying to give the Bulldogs an extra yard. Drive, handoff, and I think the 1st down was made by the Tiger rusher. We'll see where they spotted. It was Keegan Strong with a strong run. Pun intended for sure there, as it's going to be 4th and short as of now. Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to move the chains?
I don't know.
I think they're going to call for a measurement. Yeah, that's.
Oh.
No, they're going to move the football, and we'll move the chains with it as well for a 1st down.
Now get the now answer me this: if New Albany wanted to call for a measurement, they are allowed to there, right?
I would think they are, John. I'm not 100% sure about the ruling of measurements, but I would feel like the Bulldogs would be inclined if they wanted to challenge, and ask for a measurement, they could. But regardless, it will be a 1st down. As Strong is motioned out of the backfield. And a wide open man, Michael Turner in the middle of the field, 15-10-5. Passing touchdown for the Tigers. They lead by 2 scores. Michael Turner is streak over the middle. Recognized that it was his own defense, and Ty Long sent his man out of the field to get that defense to shift just a hair to the right. Opened up the seam for Turner, and he was a cloud of dust.
Yeah, Turner gets to the end zone quickly for the score. Ripley up now 13-0 with the extra point ready to go. Snap back up, kick up, and it is good.
We have a flag on the field, John. We'll see if that's going to be enforced on the kickoff or if we'll have to re-kick. Let's see what the call is. Obviously, if it's offensive, we will have to re-kick. But let's see what the ruling is. More often than not, it's usually an offsides or roughing the kicker or something along those lines. And it will be, in fact, a personal foul against the Bulldogs. That'll be enforced on the kickoff and will ensure pretty much that the Tigers pin the Bulldogs deep. And we will see how they pin them deep when we come back. Tigers up early, 14-0.
In the modern economy, we've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 2817.
Tigers back ready to kick it away to the Bulldogs. They lead 14-0 here at Ripley High School. It will be a touchback, and the Bulldogs will start with the football at the 20-yard line. And, John, we talked about it earlier. I mean, Ripley could not be more pleased, I'm sure, with how this game has started out.
Yeah, Ripley has done everything they wanted and then some, man, and Ripley has been quite impressive so far tonight.
Well, and I'm sure, this is exactly what Coach Lyles and his staff wanted to do coming into the game. They wanted to get a fast start because, in a game like this, two competitive, competent teams, whoever gets that quick start more than likely is going to be the person that comes out with the win. But the Bulldogs have promised they swing it out into the running back, Cody Atkinson. He's got a first down and plenty more as he will go out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Big play on just a simple swing route from New Albany.
Yeah, and New Albany, number 2, plenty of time to throw there. He throws a little swing route out, like you said, to Atkinson. Atkinson gets to the sideline, runs down the sideline for a nice little gain. Brings up first down and about 10 from the 38-yard line. New Albany
drop back and, again, swing it out to the running back, Atkinson. He will be taken down, this time much shorter than before, but we do have a flag on the field, John.
I believe that's going to be thrown in the air of holding.
We shall see. Man, what the Bulldogs basically run the same play there, just swing it to the left side. And also, I think we just had a phone ringing over the intercom. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah. We do apologize for that if you did hear that. So, yes, that will be a false start. No, that's going to be a 10-yard. That is going to be a holding.
That is going to be a holding, John, and it's going. We talked about the spot foul last night, but that one's simply from the line of scrimmage. So, holding. You hear it all the time. My dad was an offensive line coach, and he says all the time, holding is the biggest drive killer in the game.
You got that right.
We will see if the Bulldogs can rebound. 1st and 20. Shotgun set. It's going to be just a little bit of a speed option. They'll pitch it out to Atkinson. Ball's on the ground. And I think the Bulldogs got back on it. But just another error from the Bulldogs. That one, Ripley quite couldn't capitalize on it. But it is still going to be a loss of about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, Ripley, Albany, very fortunate there that Ripley did not jump on top of that ball and turn the possession over to Ripley, who's got all the momentum in the world right now.
We'll see what the Bulldogs do here on 2nd and long of about 22 yards. And they'll look back to the sideline to get the call. Shettles with another hard count. And now a timeout will be called. The Bulldogs wasn't quite sure what the offensive set was there, and they will take some time to talk it out. We'll take some time to hear from our sponsors on RCTV 19.
1, Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection. Ripley Insurance.
RCTV 19 welcomes you back. Second down and 20. Quick throw from Shettles on just a little bit of a hitch route. It is caught by the Bulldog and taken down after about 4 yards. Looking across the field to try to get the number.
That was number
receiver.
13 on the reception for the Bulldogs.
Actually, John, I think 13 was the lead blocker. It's going to be 14 running over the other side for us. Who was the intended, or the receiver in Shaw. Called his name a couple times already tonight. He's been one of the leaders in the passing game for the Bulldogs this season. Hope that he or Bolin or someone can step up on this third down and long. Shettles, play action, looks, fires over the middle, nobody there. Overshoots his man, incomplete. And the Bulldogs will almost surely have to punt it away yet again.
Yeah, that brings up fourth down for the Bulldogs. Looks like New Albany will send out their punting unit.
And you see, with a freshman quarterback on the road, big division game, the last thing you want to do is put him in obvious situations on third down. But that's really something the Bulldogs have just not been able to prevent all night. And credit the Ripley defense for putting them in those situations, drive in and drive out.
Yeah, the Tigers have done a good job keeping the Bulldogs behind the chains. High end over end kick.
Sheffield lost that one a little bit, and it's going to give the Tigers excellent field position inside the New Albany 50-yard line.
That didn't even complete the back to the first down marker. So definitely a shank there for the Bulldogs kicker.
Yeah, and I'm sure Coach Lyles and his staff is telling us, I'll put your foot on their throat, quite simply, if you go down and get a score. So let's see what the Tiger offense comes out here with. Obviously, have scored on a 1-yard run, scored on a big pass play from over 20 yards out. We'll see what the Tigers are inclined to do.
We're going to send number 6 in with a play. It's going to be
Tigers will break the huddle. And in a split back set, H-back over the left side. We've seen this set a couple times tonight. Now hands off to Strong, the left side. Bulldog defense, credit them. They were ready for it on the edge. A loss of about 1 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Bulldogs send pressure on that side, and that brings up a gain of not even a yard.
They're actually going to put it back at the line of scrimmage, John, so a little bit of a favorable spot, I think, for the Tigers as it'll go back to 2nd and 10. It'll be Cooper Davis that comes in the game, and out comes C.J. Martin.
So Cooper Davis is going to come in and play tight end.
Tigers will have 2 tight ends on the right side and a pistol set. Hands off to Strong, and Strong's got a little bit of a hole. He's still on his feet, breaks through a tackle or two, and finally is taken down at the 40-yard line of the Bulldogs, and that's going to be a yard short of the marker, maybe 2 actually.
And that was a play that we've seen Walnut run with those 2 blocking backs up close and a single eye back. Almost a power I formation, but not quite. You wouldn't call it quite a power I formation, but it does remind you of that look.
You're seeing so many teams, John, run the pistol formation now because it's essentially you like snapping out of the shotgun, but you want your running back to be able to get downhill with, like an I formation, which is exactly what the pistol accomplishes. Third down, and Long's in a throw. He overshoots Michael Turner, and it would have been a big play if it connected, but also Long had the first down if he just takes off.
Yeah, Coach may see that and say, hey, son, Instead of throwing the ball there, why don't you cut upfield and get your first down and run out of bounds.
And the Tigers are actually going to send out the punt unit. And, John, are you surprised with this call kind of in no man's land?
I don't know. With the defense playing as well as they are, I am not.
No, and I'm not saying I have anything wrong with punting the football by any means. Just coaches, especially in this day and age, be really aggressive in what this area from the 30 to 40, which a lot of people refer to as no man's land. McDonald, not much of a rush. We'll punt this one away. It's a high, booming punt. Let's see. And are they going to be able to down this at the 2? They will. So the Tigers, with a big boomer off the leg of Aquan McDonald, will down the Bulldogs inside their own 5. We'll see if Ripley can add 2 points when we come back on RCTV 19.
Can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith.
First down and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 2, and we've got a flag. That's going to be an encroachment call against the Tigers. So that is a big penalty. Tigers is now it gives the Bulldogs some room to operate. You're looking at the potential of safety, and now the Bulldogs have a chance to turn the momentum that they badly need on offense.
Yeah, that gives the Bulldogs a free 5 yards there. That's something Ripley cannot do.
Handoff up the middle. I believe it was to Atkinson again. The Tigers said they have the football. Let's see. Figure they're going to give this to him because it was in a pile, but we'll see if the officials decide to talk this one over at all. And it looks as they will not. It looks like they will just give the ball back to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, so obvious sign of turnover there happened. So Ripley will continue on defense. Second down, 5 games.
Okay, get ready to continue. We'll flip the field. At the end of one, the Tigers lead over the Bulldogs 14-0. It has been all Tigers at this point. We'll see if they can keep it rolling on RCTV 19.
And advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers.
We welcome you back here on RCTV 19. Bulldogs have it, second down at 5. It'll be a play action. Shettles tosses out to the receiver on the flat, and he's got plenty of room to run. He's across the 40-yard line, and he's still going. In rolling out of bounds, and the Bulldogs have their first touchdown of the evening on a 93-yard completion from Shettles to Jarrell Bowling, 5'9" senior.
Yeah, Bowling, they thought they had him pushed out on the sideline, and just a good job by staying on, taking it one step at a time, gets down, tiptoes down the sideline, and goes in for a big score for the New Albany Bulldogs.
Well, that's why, your coaches are always telling you, till you hear the whistle, you keep playing.
Right.
And it's for a situation like that. You may think you haven't. But regardless, the officials did not see him step out of bounds, and Bowling takes advantage of the Ripley defense. Just quite simply, they thought they had him out of bounds. They stopped playing, and it allowed Bowling to take it. Again, 93 yards. That's a game-changing play for the Bulldogs when they desperately needed it. Kick is up, and it is good. So just like that, one play is all it took in the second quarter. Bulldogs are back within one score, 14-7 on RCTV 19.
Dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
For the Bulldogs,
sure does.
as we return here on RCTV 19, and it'll be, I believe, Keegan Strong on the return, and he's broke through a couple tackles, and a flag was thrown, so this is probably coming back at least 10 yards, but a nice return to respond.
That was number 25 on the return for the Tigers.
That is Tyler Rucker on the return, the 5'9" senior. A nice return for him, but I believe it will be negated by, yes, a block in the back against the Tigers. So we'll see where they officially start the drive for Ripley. It'll be around the 21-yard line. So the Tigers will look to respond to the New Albany score.
Yeah, it looks, and, you know, Ripley had all the momentum in the world, and New Albany all of a sudden the momentum has maybe slightly shifted to that sideline. So what the Tigers come out, how they answer.
Split back set. Handoff to the running back, and now we're seeing our little first bit of chippiness as the man got pushed right at the end of the run, as it is Keegan Strong who takes it for about 2 yards.
And Keegan, if goes in there and hits the backside of the tackle, if he looks outside, he's got a little hole, maybe he takes a step, and he may still be running. You'd see that from our perspective. Of course, down on the field, you could not see that.
Second down and 8. Split back set again. They're going to hand off to Jaden Brooks up the middle, and he has nothing but a loss. And it is a loss of 2 that puts it back to the original line of scrimmage. Third down and 10 coming up for the Tigers with 10:45 remaining in the second quarter of play.
Yeah, New Albany sent a run blitz there, and it just simply was effective.
Third down and 10. Split back set. Strong. In motion now, hands up the middle to Brooks, and Brooks has nothing but a yard or 2, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 8, and the Tigers will have to punt.
Yeah, and O-line is fine.
And a timeout's going to be called by the Bulldogs as they're maybe going to tell that unit to watch out for possibly a fake or set up a return of some sort. But while the Bulldogs talk it over, we'll hear a word from our sponsors on RCTV 19. 14-7, Tigers lead it in the second.
For kid, me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC. specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services, LLC. 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck and
Tigers punted away with Aquan McDonald, and he got close to getting a hand on that as that ball will bounce. And this time it will be the Tigers who give up some good field position to the Bulldogs, as that one is only going to get to the 49 of Ripley. So, John, all of a sudden in a game that looked like Ripley had obviously it was not over by any means, but hold on in terms of momentum score. All of a sudden they're on their heels, and all it takes is one score, and the Bulldogs are tied up.
You know something, this is the first time this year, besides at North Montauk, that Ripley has been scored on in the first quarter. And so let's see if the Ripley defense settles down here. They're going to settle down, play smart, play heady football, and make plays.
Run by Atkinson on the outside. There is a flag in the backfield. This one's going to come back, but it's a first down run as it stands for Cody Atkinson. But, John, like we've talked about multiple times, right in the middle of the field, that's a holding call all the day.
Yeah, and that's going to be a spot foul.
So a hold against the Bulldogs, and it'll be from the spot, which was actually a yard behind the line of scrimmage. So it's going to set up 1st and 21 for the Bulldogs.
Where?
First down and 21 for the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs now will be in a 1st and long situation. 1st and 21, and the Bulldogs will. Obviously, this is a time where you're going to say, as a coaching staff with Coach Delafield, you're not getting it all back in one play, most likely. So,
you got to be content here to gain maybe 4 or 5 yards.
And they just got 5 free yards from an offsides penalty. It was Charles Christmas who tried to jump the snap count and just, quite frankly, bulldozed over the center.
And that's the situation we saw last night with Walnut, where if New Albany had flinched and he came across the line, that could have possibly been on the opposite way on the call there.
But nevertheless, it'll be 1st and 16 now, as we'll see if we can finally get a playoff without a flag on this drive. Drop back, Shettles tosses a swing route out to Atkinson. Atkinson doesn't have a first, but he's got more than enough to make it manageable, as it'll be 11 yards to make it 2nd down and 5. And John, Ripley's going to have to find a way to adjust to the swing routes. They're really working for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they have been very effective for the Bulldogs tonight. Let's see if Ripley doesn't walk a linebacker up to maybe coverage there to cover the back out of the backfield.
2nd down and 5. Shettles, snap, fakes, zone read, RPO actually, throws it out to his intended target, number 20, Bowling, who already had the 93-yard run earlier for a score, and that one is more than enough for a 1st down as the Bulldogs did with their first run-pass option of the night.
Yeah, that was a good RPO drawn up by the New Albany offense there.
1st and 10, Bulldogs driving inside the 30 of the Tigers. Hand off to Atkinson, and a flag is going to be thrown, and again, probably another holding, but we will wait on that one as Atkinson gets about 7 on the run. Brought down by a host of tacklers for Ripley, one of them being Keegan Collier. So
and again, that was a thrown in the area of holding, so I believe that will be the call.
And it's actually now going to be a personal foul.
Chop block.
Chop block against the Bulldogs.
Wow.
That's a call that you don't see near as much as it feels like you used to, which is obviously is that, that foul has been stated. A lot of teams have been, teaching you to avoid that.
Yeah, that's something as offensive lineman. And basically what happened there is my rules interpret what I understand. One went high, one went low, and caused what they call the chop block there.
So 1st down and long again for about 16 yards. And that one is, I don't think that was intercepted. I think it hit the ground. And that's what the ruling will be, incomplete, as it was C.J. Martin that nearly had the most free interception of all time, but it fell just short of him. He
Yeah.
made a great effort on it.
I'd like to see the camera replay on that. We have replay here on the booth, but see, I believe it did bounce a little bit before it hit the ground, before it hit the receiver in the hands. So we look to.
And that was just simple
Fly free break.
miscommunication by Shettles and his intended target. You know, he thought he was cutting up field, and he stays back on a little smoke route, just steps forward once and backs up to receive an easy pass. And New Albany's going to talk over what they see as a can't squander opportunity on offense. And as they prepare to do so, we will stay here for just a moment as we work on some things on our side as the Bulldogs trail 14-7, 7:59 remaining in the second.
Best. Diesel Oil, 311 City Avenue South. Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial. That's not just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.oneffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season.
Second down and about 16 for the Bulldogs. Shettles, play action, will toss out on the flat route to Bowling again, and Bowling's got some room to run. He has his second score of the night. Yes, he does. Touchdown Bulldogs. They're going to tie it with an extra point. And again, it's just Jarrell Bowling, the 5'9" senior who has shown up in a big, big way. The 93-yard score earlier, and then there he just catches it out of the flat and is able to scurry in, avoids a couple of tacklers along his way, and the Bulldogs will tie this one extra point. And just like that, the great start that Ripley had is all but negated as the Bulldogs are going to tie it up at 14-all with 7:49 remaining in the second quarter. We bring you back on RCTV 19.
F Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodmen can...
Bulldogs get ready to kick it away. Tied up at 14-all. Ripley had a fantastic start, led by 2 scores, but Jarrell Bowling has been the man to bring the Bulldogs back as the return is brought up the middle of the field by the Tigers, and it will be brought to about the 40-yard line, so the Tigers have great field position off the legs of Tyler Rucker yet again.
Rucker does a good job following his blockers upfield. And, man, this is something Ripley has not faced this year. A tie ball game, second quarter, 7:43. And Ripley, I don't think they're playing bad. It's just New Albany has come in very, very well prepared. You agreed, Owen?
Yeah, I mean, it's more, it hasn't been a string of bad play, just mistakes. Missing throws for first down, allowing Bowling to catch 2 out of the flat and take them for scores. You just got to shore those things up. But overall, Ripley is not playing just poorly by any standards. They just said, especially, you've got to figure out your offensive woes that have been occurring ever since that second score.
Yeah. I don't know if New Albany's made some adjustments or what's going on, but they have looked much more defensively sound.
Well, if you've had your openings, such as the earlier corner route that was missed to Michael Turner by Ty Long, that's just one. A couple of missed blocking assignments that have led to blown-up runs. Just missed opportunities for the Tigers far. 2nd down and 5, split set. Counter run for Strong. Strong has room. 45, 40, trying to outrun the linebacker. He won't do so, but he will have more than enough to move the sticks as it goes inside the 25-yard line. And again, Ripley loves misdirecting defenses with the athletes they have on the field, and that's exactly what happened there.
Yeah, good play drawn up by the offensive coordinators for the Tigers there. Just nothing more than old-fashioned counter trap there on the play. Fake the ball the one way, go the opposite way, and Keegan Strong gets around the outside corner and gets a nice gain for the first down. Brings up 1st and 25, 1st and 10 from the 25, 14-14, 7-12.
Now the Tigers go wishbone for the first time tonight. Long, hands off, Aquan McDonald, and he maybe has a yard, if that. I think actually he's just going to be back to the line of scrimmage. Number 12, the tackler for the Bulldogs on that play.
We have a number 12 over there.
Looking on my roster, I'm missing it. It looks like. I'm sorry. Jack Keener is the man in the middle who tackles one of the 4 linebackers out of this 3-4 set that the Bulldogs run. Handoff to McDonald. He goes sideline. And another great open space tackle made by the Bulldogs, this time by number 11, Michaelan Cameron, sophomore on the edge of the DB. Not a usual starter for the Bulldogs, just subbed in, and now it's 3rd down and long as McDonald, I don't know if he scores, but definitely has 1st down if the tackle isn't made by Cameron. So 3rd down and about 8 for the Bulldogs, or excuse me, for the Tigers. Bulldogs looking to get off the field. Tigers looking to extend this drive and get the lead back. 5:54 remaining. Wishbone set. Long. Play action. Rolls out. He's got a man in the flat. Goes deep to another wide open man. And Cooper Davis. Walk in. Touchdown for the Tigers. They take the lead back.
And unfortunately, our camera is down in the stands, so don't blame the fans for standing up there, but that does take the Tigers ahead 20-14.
And again, we've seen that play action multiple times out of Ripley this year as they will just go in the wishbone, fakes a handoff to the fullback, and rolls out. And a couple times they missed on it this season. That time they wouldn't, as Cooper Davis was wide open. The extra point is good by Freddie Lopez, and the Tigers retake the lead 21-14. 5:45 remaining in the first half.
Yeah, Tigers do a good job there getting momentum back on our sideline. We'll hear a word from our sponsors. Come back with more here from Tiger Stadium and Ripley High School.
Plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Bellhaven Historic Downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodmen of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night? Ashley Furniture is hiring in Mississippi.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium. Freddie Lopez about to kick off. Tigers regain momentum here. 5:45 remaining second quarter. 21-14. Let's see what the Tigers do. Lopez is going to kick across the ground. Going to be a squibber. Going to be picked up by a returner for New Albany. Going to bring it to our side of the field. Breaks down, and the Tigers there with a host of Tigers on play. Going to be number 9, number 11.
Yeah, I don't know if that was I would assume it's intentional by Lopez because that one just bobbled and bobbled and bobbled. But also interesting because the Bulldogs haven't really had a big return to my knowledge tonight that I remember. So regardless, it is a squib kick that worked out very well in the favor of the Tigers. And in fact, It looks like the Ripley defense might call a timeout to just look over this defensive a little bit because it is a big one. And as they do that, we'll hear another word from our team sponsors. Come back as Bulldogs look to match Tigers down 21-14.
We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 as the Bulldogs get ready for this offensive set. Maybe their final possession before the half. 5:38, snap, Shettles, looks, and he took a big shot. That is none other than Keegan Collier laying the boom on Braden Shettles.
Shettles gets shuttled. Well, you like it. You like it. You go in a minute.
Shettles, I will credit the freshman for getting up right back after that one. That shows toughness because, man, Keegan Collier, open season, just ran through the middle and could have hit him about as hard as he wanted to.
Yeah, and I believe he did, and that was a good play by the Tiger defense, but also a better play by Shuttles getting back up.
2nd and 17, screen pass, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended man was Kaliam Shaw. So all of a sudden, 3rd and long, Tigers could get off the field on this down.
And Tigers get off the field on this down. They've got plenty of time to operate that.
You're exactly right. Hey, you've got to think this Ripley staff, Coach Lyles, is going to be telling this team, look, anything but the flat. The flat has killed the Tigers on 3rd down multiple times. So make sure that Atkinson can't catch it out of the flat and run it big. Make them beat you down the field, as they have not had a big pass play tonight besides one that comes from just a few yards out.
Now the New Albany stacks receivers to the wide side of the field.
Shettles will look, has a man over the middle, and it is caught, and he's still on his feet across the 50-yard line as it is brought in by Caleb Shumpert, 6'2" junior. Man, he's got some size, and he's got a big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, that was just the size of Shumpert there, who goes up, high points the ball. Nice throw by number 2, Suttles, but high points the ball on a much smaller defender from Ripley. He goes up, high points the ball, and makes an excellent catch there for the 1st down.
Jaden Hicks was the, I'm reading the wrong rosters. Atkinson is going to have a run for a 1st down and more. He's finally brought down by the Tigers. It was Tyler Rucker who was playing safety there and got brought over on the one-on-one with Shumpert on the pass play. Like we said, Shumpert is 6'2", 145. And Tyler Rucker comes in at 5'8". That's 4 inches. So simply just use the size to box him out when he beat him on the inside, and it led to a 1st down. And then the Atkinson run another 1st down. Tigers on their heels yet again on defense. Split back set. Shettles, hands off. Atkinson up the middle. Will have about maybe 6 yards. 2nd down and 4 coming up, and the Bulldog offense is humming all of a sudden.
Yeah, 51-11 there on the tackle for the Wildcats. Boy, we're still stuck at East Junior last night, for Ripley.
Split back set yet again. 2nd down and 4. Looks. Shettles throws a deep one. There was nobody there, but, John, I think there's going to be a holding call. Either it's going to be holding or pass interference. There's a flag in the secondary.
See what the call is by the man in the white hat.
This is a big call either way because, see, they're pushing New Albany back deep for 2nd and long, or it's going to be an extra 5 to 15 yards and a 1st down for New Albany. Let's see what the official ruling is as the white hat gets ready to make the call. It's going to be holding against the Tiger defense. So that is an automatic 1st down for the Bulldogs.
And that must have been against a back out of the backfield for the holding there.
1st down and 10 from the 20-yard line. Bulldogs inside the red zone. Again, the split back. Hands off tackle to Atkinson. Atkinson's got room to run. Cuts it back inside, and Atkinson is down. First and goal coming up for the Bulldogs inside the 5. Man, the Bulldogs, you look back, had them 3rd and 17. And I don't think this is a case of the Ripley defense playing, playing tired, playing fatigued, this is a simple case of you expected to be off the field and you weren't. And, it's hurting your psyche at this point.
Yeah, and Ripley, who has not seen a back like Atkinson so far this year.
I watched Atkinson last year, and, man, Atkinson was the 2-back a couple years ago in this offense, and now has that room all to himself, 5'7", 150. He plays big for his size. Inside run to Atkinson, and Atkinson is in the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs, and with an extra point, we're going to be tied up yet again at 21-all. Man, New Albany just, after that first down completion, John, they really just flexed their muscle on the run.
Yeah, they stayed on the ground with Atkinson running behind that big offensive line.
So the extra point will be attempted by number 80, Grayson Alexander. He is an 8th grader for the Bulldogs kicking. And, man, he looks pretty good. I got to give him that credit. As that one is up and true for the Bulldogs, it is 21-all. Tigers going to have one more possession with 3:09 remaining in the first half on RCTV 19.
B&B Concrete in New Albany says good luck to our local teams and athletes this football season.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. Coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field tonight, have access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine.
Bulldogs get away, and it is fielded by C.J. Martin, and now we have a late flag come in as he is pushed out at around the 30-yard line. We'll see what that flag is going to be for. I think it's going to be, against the Tigers, so it's going to be an illegal block in the back. Second time tonight, a return has been brought back. So let's see what the Tigers have in them just before the half ends.
And the Tigers going to have to go some 80-some yards now for the score. Was it 85, right?
It's going to be spotted around the 15-yard line. So, 85 yards. Got a score update in division. Houston up big on North Pontotoc, 27-0, and nearing halftime there. As a run is going to go for about 6 yards. And it will bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Tigers. And, John, this is a division we talked about, last night at the end of the Wanna-Eachune game. North Pontotoc gave Ripley all they could have wanted last week. And now they're getting shellacked by Houston. Not a discredit to North. I think, again, it just says how unpredictable and talented this division is.
Well, and Ripley, who has been the division defense of the year so far, who is quite frankly struggling against a New Albany defense right now, that is not afraid to pound the ball against a Ripley defense that has been really good at just stopping the run so far.
No, you're exactly right. As the first down is going to move the chains, the Bulldogs are going to go into the halftime locker room based on how this Ripley defense performed this season. Being, 21 points, we are going to take that. We're going to be more than fine with that, and let's improve in the second half. And the Ripley defense is going to say, what just happened? I mean, this is not the team that we are used to. So,
and this is, if New Albany does score 28 points, will be the most points scored on Ripley all year long.
As that run is going to go for a little bit of a loss by the Tigers. And actually, John, not to fully try to one-up you, correct you. Yeah, actually, I believe this is the most points already scored because the most before was Boonville with 14.
Right, but in total. Right, so let's see. Boonville scored 14. North scored 7.
Oh, you're talking about more points scored in this game than all season.
Right.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it is correct. Yeah, already the Bulldogs have scored more than any single team this year.
Right.
But could exceed the total given up by the Tigers this point that year. Catching on what you said, that is. Had not thought about that. Very impressive work offensively by the Bulldogs. And now I think we're going to have a 15-yard penalty by the Bulldogs for driving Jalen Brooks into the ground. That's what I'm assuming based on where the flag was thrown. If you watch that run, sports fans, it looked like the tackler for the Bulldogs, not with any intent, just finishing off the tackle, drove him through the ground. And we'll see if that is what the call is going to be because it's right in the middle of the field.
No, looks like they're going to march that off against the Tigers.
Really?
Let's see what the call is.
That's deep for holding. So we'll see. The run was up the middle, so that's really deep for a holding call. And it was thrown right after the tackle. So
dead ball, personal foul.
It's a dead ball, personal foul. That's why it was thrown so late. It was thrown right as the tackle was being made, and I thought maybe they got a Bulldog for driving him into the ground. There's been a big emphasis on that in football lately, on making sure you're not finishing tackles aggressively after the play has been decided. But it is going to be a dead ball foul against Ripley, and man, that is for all intents and purposes. I mean that's ending Ripley's chances to score before the half.
Unless they get a big pass play or something like that. It's possible Ripley has been outside. Going to be in a shotgun formation.
We'll see if Ripley tries to go for that first or just hands it off to run this clock. Bulldogs have no timeouts. And, yes, that's exactly what they're going to do. They're just going to run it and be content with punting it away as the Bulldogs can't stop the clock. So they're going to be able to down to 8 seconds and kick it away. So I would be surprised if Coach telling Aquan McDonald, hey, this football out of bounds. Don't even think of giving them a chance to return it. As this one's a tick down, and Coach Lyles is going to call a timeout with 2 or 1 seconds left on the play clock. And, John, we're, for all intents and purposes, besides a punt return touchdown, we're going to go into the half of the 21-21 ball game.
I agree, Owen. And so far, both teams, Ripley came out quite impressive. They come out, scored 2 quick touchdowns, and then New Albany came back 2 quick touchdowns. Now both teams have scored another touchdown apiece, and that has been the tell the tape so far tonight for both teams.
So let me ask you, John. When you came in, would you expect a 21-21 and a half?
No, but it doesn't surprise me. Does that make sense?
No, it does.
Because
I expected this game to be tied or close to it at the half, but I expected maybe 10-7, 7-3. Something along the lines, because the Ripley offense is not dynamic. They are capable, but not dynamic. But the Ripley defense is dynamic against a dynamic New Albany offense. So I figured it would be a little bit of an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, low-scoring game, but that's simply not been the case.
Yeah, both offensives has been very effective tonight, and both defenses has struggled. Ripley, who has been a run-stopping team, has struggled against the run tonight, which is very unusual for the Tigers.
And so with 8 seconds on the clock, Aquan McDonald will punt this one away. Bulldogs look content to send 9 guys, and they will. And they nearly got there, didn't quite do so. Fair catch at the 50-yard line with 3 seconds left. Let's see. The Bulldogs might take a shot from here. I'm not sure the arm of Braden Shettles. Watching him last year, we've seen him tonight. He's thrown some about 30, 35 yards. So maybe if with good blocks and a crow hop, he can get it there too.
Well, and what about a misdirection type play here, or double reverse, all the old ladder? You go back on the annexation of Puerto Rico, even.
We'll see what the Bulldogs decide to do here with. That pretty good. Good field position, 50-yard line. It just will depend on if they think the arm of Braden Shettles can get it into the end zone. And meanwhile, I would expect the Tigers to play at least 5 deep at somewhere on the field. Maybe not in the end zone, maybe a bit short of it. But, again, we're really going to see the test of the arm strength of the freshmen here, I would believe.
Yeah, they're lining up 5 deep on the one side.
All right, actually, John, we are going to see a treat. We are going to see a free kick. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
So at the end of the half, or near the end, at any time after you field a punt, if you fair catch a punt, you can elect to kick from that spot, kickoff style. And if you make it through the goal post, it is 3 points.
Really?
Yes, this is a move rarely seen, but I have to say a brilliant move by Coach Stubblefield because, the Bulldogs kick unit we've seen, they have plenty of leg, and Ripley can't rush it. This is a kickoff from the 50-yard line, but if it goes through the uprights, it's 3 points.
So, okay, you're serious about this?
Yes, I'm very serious. This is something rarely seen in football, but you're seeing it here tonight, sports fans. And again, a fantastic treat, but you got to be ready for the return because if it comes short, and it's going to go in the end zone. So nothing there, and it will sound the clock. So the free kick does not work out for the Bulldogs, and it will take us to the half, 21-all, as New Albany comes on the road and starts down 14-0, but they come back and tie the ball game after 2 quarters played.
When we come back, we'll have the Ripley Tiger Marching Band here on TV19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football.
Make sure you're giving families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard, we play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs. Eaton Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1326 City Avenue North in Ripley.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippah County Hospital, we are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippah County Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency, 2009 Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
This baby's got 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 5901 Highway 4 West, Ripley.
Ward Engineering, providing engineering and surveying services throughout North Mississippi, proudly supports all Tippah County sports and athletes. Good luck this season from Ward Engineering.
Good luck and do your best. Diesel, 311 City Avenue South. Our customers come first at First Franklin Financial.
On the field, we have the New Albany Marching Band. We're joining them now for their halftime performance. Stay tuned. We'll have the Ripley High School Marching Band when New Albany finishes here on TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football. Welcome back to now. We will hear a word from our sponsors and come back for the Ripley High School marching band performance here on TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football.
Just a slogan, it's the way we do business. Since 1941, we've been helping our friends and neighbors in the Southeast with their financial needs. We offer personal loans, bill consolidation loans, and starter loans. So stop by our office today. We're conveniently located at 1703 City Avenue North, or you can give us a call at 512-5808. Apply online at www.1ffc.com. All loans are subject to our liberal credit policy and limitations, if any. First Franklin Financial.
Henderson Pest Control wishes good luck to all our Tippah County teams and athletes this football season. ADF Automotives wishes good luck to Charlie and the Ripley Tigers.
Accidents are catastrophic, what we consider a catastrophic accident. On a catastrophic injury, you're not going to be able to go back to work in a week. You're going to be out of work. You're going to be going to doctor's appointments. You're going to be trying to get back to normal. That's where we come into play. At Mama Justice, you don't just get a law firm, you get a family. We're going to make sure that we represent you and that you get exactly what the law says that you can get.
Ripley House of Flowers says good luck to Tippah County teams this football season. Go see them for all your floral arrangement needs at 1014 City Avenue North in Ripley.
No matter how young you are, if you have loved ones, you need to think about how they would cope financially if anything happened to you. Trust me, there are benefits to getting life insurance when you're still young and healthy. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
This is Stephen Eaton in the Belhaven historic downtown Corinth. Call me at 287-0113.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
This broadcast of
Welcome back to Ripley High School. We now join the stadium announcer for the Ripley High School marching band as they perform their halftime performance. We wish the Tigers good luck tomorrow in Tupelo. Hope you enjoy the Ripley Tiger marching band here on TV 19 Sports.
Now entering the field is the Ripley Tiger Marching Band. This year's show is entitled Soloists for the Evening are Stephen Carroll, Deshaun Morgan, and AJ Hodo. Drum makers, Keyshawn Morgan and LJ Spite. Is your band ready?
our TV 19 sponsors. Come back with more halftime show when we return here to Tippah County Football and Ripley Tigers when we return TV 19 Sports.
This broadcast of Tippah County Sports is brought to you by Tippah Connect, your home in Tippah County for high-speed internet. Give them a call at 662-587-9055 to get set up with their ultra-high-speed internet today. Ripley Parts Company has been a proud supporter of Tippah County sports for 76 years. Good luck to our local teams and athletes.
Inflation and rising prices keeping you up at night? Ashley Furniture is hiring in Mississippi. We have immediate openings on our manufacturing and warehouse teams, and we want you. Ashley offers great benefits like competitive pay, a steady work schedule, on-the-job training, paid time off, plus medical, dental, vision, 401k, and more. Ready to take the first step into your new career? Apply today at ashley.com/apply now, or visit us at one of our facilities in Ecru, Ripley, Saltillo, or Verona.
Walnut Sporting Goods on Highway 15 in Walnut is your place for all your sporting goods and fishing supply needs. Walnut Sporting Goods owner Tim Watson says, "Go Wildcats."
Welcome back to Ripley High School. Owen, 21-21 at the half. We talked about it before we went to break. Did you expect this, Owen?
You know, we talked about it, and I expected a close game. Obviously, you know, I expected these two teams to battle. I just did not expect the Ripley defense to give up 21 points. And to be quite honest with you, at the half, I didn't expect the Ripley offense to have 21 points. So it goes both ways. You know, I think this offense has overperformed, and I think the defense has underperformed a little bit. Same for New Albany. I think, you know, the offense has overperformed. And the defense has underperformed. So, you know, I think these are just two offenses that are really playing good football tonight and two defenses that are not necessarily playing bad, but they're just missing key assignments. And it's allowing for easy scores. You know, every score tonight, there haven't been many grinded out scores tonight. Most of them have been off a big play here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, the one play that we could go that maybe could counted as a grinded out score is the touchdown right before the half for New Albany, where the running back for New Albany takes it in.
It's Atkinson. You know, he had 4 straight carries at the end of that drive, and really just it really decided after a big third down conversion over the middle, New Albany said, hey, you know, we got that big pass play. Now we're going to have them on their heels in the secondary. Let's establish that we're the more physical team. And on that drive, they were. And New Albany scores it. Ripley gets the football to start the second half. And so, John, let me ask you, as we are winding to the last 20 seconds before we start the second half, what's your key to the second half for the Ripley Tigers to win this football game?
Defensive soundness. They've got to play with, I believe, the defensive soundness. Get in the end zone as much as possible. And look for Ripley to make some defense adjustments. Ripley was really hurt on the swing passes for New Albany. So let's see if Ripley may walk a linebacker up or a safety up to help in that coverage, which may put Ripley in some coverage difficulties on the back end. But, you know, what adjustments do Ripley make? How about that?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. And, you know, for Ripley, that would be my case too. New Albany, you know, talking to Coach Doublefield multiple times last year in their season when it wasn't going the way they wanted. And it came down a lot of the times to, you know, in the first half we executed pretty well. In the second half we didn't execute. So the Bulldogs last year were not a second half team. Let's see if the script is flipped for them this year. Ripley's going to hope that maybe they can force some mistakes. Ball's on the ground, and Ripley got the football. It looked like it was going to bounce out of bounds, but it bounced back forward into the field of play. And New Albany was a half yard away from starting and stealing a possession away from the Tigers.
Yeah, the young man from New Albany absolutely hit the perfect pitching wedge there, the old golf reference. But he did. He hits a pitch kick to the sideline, and instead of taking a forward bounce, bounces back in the field of play. And Ripley very fortunate to jump on it there to start the possession on their 30-yard line. Oh, and I'll let you have it, brother.
Wing T formation. I believe the first time we've seen the true wing T tonight for the Tigers. And a handoff up the middle is just stuffed by the Bulldogs. Maybe a yard was gained, but nothing more than that. And these guys are getting chippy on the ground. Officials are going to have to break it up. I think, John, we talked about, you know, when is this hatred between these two teams going to show? And
and
after a half of keeping it in check,
and in a situation like that, I think the handoff was in question. So you don't blame the young men for fighting for possession of the ball there. There's got to be a point where the referee takes control.
I didn't think anything was. I don't think there was anything flagrant or egregious in that, but you could tell. Even after the possession for the football had been decided, they both were, all right, let's, here we go. This is what we've been waiting for, this game to get physical.
Right.
Second down and 9. Long hands off to Jaden Brooks, and he's got a hole. Jalen Brooks across the 50, still breaking tackles and inside of New Albany territory at the 43-yard line.
And there goes that Tiger. The misdirection of the Tigers, something Tigers have done very well tonight is run those misdirection plays, getting New Albany flowing to one side of the field, cuts back upfield, gets a nice first down game for the Ripley Tigers. Tigers first down and 10 on their 44.
The Tigers even fooled me on that one. I thought the handoff was the strong, but it's the misdirection again. And New Albany bit hard on the left side of the field that time, and it was Brooks that came back the other way, back in the wing tee.
And you're not seeing, but the Ripley Tiger cheerleaders are throwing out First Franklin Financial footballs.
And the toss to the left side is going to be for a flag, and it will be 5 yards back for the Tigers. It'll move it back to 1st and 15.
Yeah, the balls being thrown out by the Tigers tonight are sponsored by First Franklin Financials, one of the great sponsors here on TV 19 Sports. Go by and tell them you saw the footballs. Bring them in to the. I tell you what, I'm gonna put my dad on the spot. He's the manager there. Bring a football in, get a nice gift, a bottle of water, something for First Franklin. Tell him you heard it on TV 19 Sports. Tell him you heard your son John tell you that, and he'll hook you up.
First down and 15 for the Tigers, coming back out in the wing tee yet again. Long under center, puts Aquan McDonald in motion, handoff up the middle, and that Ripley pile is just pushing as they get about 7 yards. And get it back to second down and manageable.
Yeah, second down and now manageable for the Tigers. Nothing advantage there, but just a dive by the fullback. Now the Bulldogs substitute in a much bigger nose guard here now. So the Tigers, let's see if they notice that and try to get outside the tackle box here.
Well, when you run a 3-4, you're only running 3 down linemen. They've got to put in work. You got to have a big body in the middle. To disrupt the flow, the inside run game. So the Bulldogs going to look for some answers here after that big play in the middle. Handoff again, counter for Jaden Brooks, and he's got a first down and more. Man, he just laid the boom. Decided to put his shoulder down and said, you're not stopping me from getting the chains. Moved for another first down.
And the Tiger offensive line is now maybe woken up and is going to establish more. That's something. We didn't give our 3 keys to the game, but I believe that was something, one of the keys we should have given, is that Tiger offensive line has got to establish that front playing against the 3-4 defense.
I think both teams, like we said, this is 2 physical football teams, offensively and defensively. They wanted to establish the front. It went back and forth in the first half, but Ripley really has, in this opening possession, established that they are the more physical team up front to this point in the third quarter. As the run up the middle goes for about 3 yards on the carry, I believe it was...
It's going to be a fullback dive there.
Yeah, it's Keegan Collier on the run. First time I think we've called his name on a run play tonight. Usually star linebacker in the middle of the field directing that Tiger defense, getting himself some carries.
See if the Tigers come out. They do come out in that wing deep formation. 1 man out wide to your left.
Tigers look to stick power probably the rest of this drive unless you get an obvious passing down. Collier up the middle. He's got a first down and more. Inside the 20-yard line to the 15. And the Tigers move the chains yet again. And just one set of movement again from being first and goal.
Yeah, Tigers do a good job there. Collier, who looked to be tackled for a short gain, keeps his legs moving, and a very good job of the referees not blowing the whistle, not blowing the play dead. Gives the Tigers a few extra yards there, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 15. Owen, the offensive line looking very good here for the Tigers so far.
Yeah, again, just getting that push. And New Albany, you see they've got some hands on hips. This defense is getting worn down by this run game. Ripley will look to keep it going. Wing T puts Aquan McDonald in motion, and they didn't get set.
It's going to be a false start. Yeah, it's going to be a false start on the offensive side.
And with the wing T, we talked about it last night between Walnut and East Union. And football, timing is everything. And with that wing T, it's no different. You're trying to time as an offensive lineman the snap alongside Also, maybe try to get that extra step by realizing, all right, the guy's in motion. He's across now. Boom, go. And that time just jumped a bit early, and it's going to cost the Tigers 5 yards back to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, that's the second penalty on the drive for the Tigers. So far, the Tigers have recovered well from penalties.
McDonald in motion, handoff to Keegan Collier again up the middle, and he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and a couple more. Gain of about 7, but it'll, after the penalty, be 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, 2nd down, about 8 yards now. And that puts the ball back in manageable position for this Ripley Tiger offense. You know, Owen, that's something the Tigers have stayed ahead of the chains so far this drive, even with the penalties.
Yeah, and allowing doing that has allowed them to do what the Tigers want to do, which is run the football effectively and physically. If the Tigers have the worry, they're not going to put it through the air again, I don't feel like. Toss to McDonald, fumble the football. He picks it back up, but that is a huge loss. Long got tripped up, and it messed up his delivery to McDonald. And just as I said, now the Tigers are going to have to put it in the air on 3rd and long.
Yeah, it looks like the Tigers will be much behind the sticks now. And that's something, you know, I don't know if it was a quarterback-center exchange or the center got pushed back under on Ty Long there, but Ty loses his step, loses his footing, and has to quickly pitch the ball out to number 7. And 7 fumbles the snap, fumbles the pitch.
You're sitting now at a 41-yard field goal. That's in the range of Lopez, but you got to make sure this play doesn't go anywhere but forward on 3rd down. And it's going to be a counter to Jalen Brooks, and they're going to settle for the field goal with that run. It's going to get to the 22-yard line. It'll make it about a 39 or 40-yarder, depending on where they spot it. We know that Lopez is capable of kicking this field goal.
Yeah, he has the leg, has all the distance in the world. He could probably back it up another 10 yards and probably make it from here. But let's see if the Tiger converts the field goal.
This is going to be a 39-yarder. Lopez, I believe on field goal attempts this year, has been perfect so far. Kick up. It's got the distance. It's got the spin, and it is perfect. Freddie Lopez. What a kick from 39 out. Couldn't have been more down the middle. And the Tigers reclaim the lead on their opening drive, 24-21. We bring you back with 5:49 remaining in the 3rd on RCTV 19.
B&B Concrete in New Albany says good luck to our local teams and athletes this football season.
This is Public Service Commissioner Brandon Presley, and I'm glad to join you on TV 19 for coverage of our local sports. You know, coming from a small town, I started out as mayor of Nettleton in my first political job. I understand clearly how important bringing our communities together, sometimes just over a football game, can help make us better as a state and can help make our communities stronger. I hope tonight that your favorite team will win. One of the reasons I've worked hard to bring high-speed internet service to our rural communities is so that you'll be able to sit at home and have coverage of your favorite hometown football team or baseball team straight from the comfort of your chair. One of the reasons that I fought hard for broadband service to get expanded also is to make sure that our rural children, some of whom are going to be playing on the field,
as it's going to be a little bobbler, and the Bulldogs have a little bit of trouble handling it. Now they have it, and it will be across the 25 into the 30. And the defender finally goes down, and now Aquan McDonald, another man going at it. Yeah, and there's the first flag of the night for the chippiness of this rivalry.
And I think that should be called on both players, not just New Albany or Ripley. Those both players can keep their heads about them. Of course, McDonald being the aggressor there may get the penalty called on him, but I do believe it should be called on both players there. You agree?
It does look. I would agree, but it looks like it is going to go against McDonald. You know, coaches tell you all the time to keep your level head, even if you get hit or pushed or shoved, because it's rarely the first man that gets caught. It's always the second man, and that's the case that time. Not saying the Bulldog player that pushed McDonald. You know, it wasn't a hard push. It wasn't, you know, an egregious push, but it was enough to get McDonald angry to where he, you know, forced himself into a mistake.
Yeah, McDonald there, who is, I believe he's a senior, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, McDonald is, in fact, a senior.
Yeah, it just makes not a senior leadership play there. Gets a little involved in the scrum and draws a free 15-yard penalty for the New Albany Bulldogs back on offense.
With that, they start at the 47-yard line. They hand it up the middle to Cody Atkinson, who's got 5 yards. Had a good first half late, and he Gets 5 more there.
Yeah, Atkinson's going to be well close to 100 yards rushing on the night for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and if you want to have a relation to this offense of New Albany, watching them the past couple of years, I would liken them to Kentucky, in the SEC. As Atkinson gets this handoff, goes for a little bit of no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down. This is an offense that likes to start out, they're going to stick with the run. They may not score a ton early, but they're going to wear you down as the game goes on, and they're going to keep wearing you down. And they'll throw the football when necessary, but that's what the psyche of the Bulldogs wants to be. They want to physically and mentally wear you down for 4 quarters, and to do that, they're going to need this 3rd down here. Ripley badly needs to get off the field on 3rd down.
Yeah, Ripley needs a 3rd down stop here.
They've struggled since those opening drives to get off the field 3rd.
Let's see if the Bulldogs run a little swing route. That's something the Bulldogs have been very, very successful on tonight.
They put a man in motion. That's bowling in motion. They're going to hand off to Atkinson, and the defense was there. Who else would you call out on a big 3rd down stop but Cooper Davis coming off the edge?
Cooper Davis and number 24 for the Tigers. Go ahead and shout out number
Anthony
24.
Bell as well.
Bell with a huge stop there for the Tigers. On 4th down, going to bring up a punt for the Tiger.
Davis came off the edge and forced Atkinson to cut it back in the middle, made the open initial contact, but Bell decides to come up the middle and says, hey, I'm not going to let you break another tackle, and finishes it off, and now the Bulldogs are forced to punt. Big play by Ripley's defense. Not necessarily that you had to get off the field, as he's going to scramble out. You've got to try to punt this ball away. Is he going to do so? No, he's scrambling, and he's going to be brought down. That was not an initial fake, but the pressure got to the punter, and now Ripley is going to have great field possession.
And that was number 2 back there in there as a punter. I don't know if that was a design play or just something, if he just, coach said, hey, go do your best to get a 1st down conversion there, but not a very good play by the New Albany Bulldogs there to give Ripley back the possession. Going to bring up 1st and 10 on the New Albany side of the football.
I think that was a read by Shettles, maybe like, hey, if it's there, but he held it for so long if it was a fake in a punting position. I don't know what it was, but regardless, a poor decision. You got to try to punt that football away once it breaks down. And now Ripley's got great field position as Keegan Strong just lays the boom on a defender, puts his shoulder down for a few extra yards, and it's going to be 2nd down at about 5.
Yeah, Strong not afraid to lower that shoulder, run over the defensive end of the New Albany Bulldogs there.
2nd down and 6. 3:25 remaining in the 3rd. This game is just ticking down at this point, John. Again, you expected it from 2 offenses that like to run the football as much as these do.
Yeah, and Ripley, who has right now has reestablished their dominance on the line of scrimmage, flips the side of the formation, go Strong right now. Give off to Strong. Strong going to get the corner. He's got he gets
brought down. A great open field tackle by the Bulldog defense there. Try to get the number. I believe that was number 35, Jaden Hicks, in on the stop. A big play by that young man. Ripley ran the same exact play, just flipped it to the opposite side. And you got 4 yards first time. You say, hey, let's run it to the large side of the field, give Strong some space to work. But again, credit that Bulldog defense, made a big tackle in open space. 3rd down and 6 coming up. Split back set. Fakes it. Misdirection of Strong, and the Bulldog defense has made a big stop in the backfield, and the Tigers will have to punt.
Yeah, Tigers go to that misdirection just maybe one too many times, and that's going to bring up 4th down for the Tigers.
4th down.
If the Tigers do run out the punt unit.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to at this point. I'm one to be aggressive. I love when coaches are aggressive, but at this point, you've got to punt the football away. You can't risk giving it to New Albany with a short field with how they've ran the football since the 2nd quarter began.
Yeah, so Ripley will march. Colin McDonald back out on the field to punt.
Robinson Jr. back for New Albany.
McDonald will punt it away on 4th and 12. One returner back deep. New Albany looks like they're in a little bit of a safe formation. And that is a booming punt by Aquan McDonald. And it is going to take a nice bounce, and Cooper Davis is going to down it inside the 5 at about the 4.5-yard line. So the Bulldogs are going to have to go 96 yards if they want to take the lead. And we will show you that drive back here on RCTV 19.
and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Access to world-class education, that our seniors have access to high-quality medical service through telehealth and telemedicine, and that we give our working families in Mississippi a chance to participate in the modern economy. We've got to move Mississippi forward, and we can only do that by bringing our communities together. And like I said, sometimes it's over a football game between rivalries, but when the game's over, we come together. And that's my vision for the state of Mississippi, that we work hard.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19 as it's a false start against the Bulldogs to start the drive. So it'll be half the distance to the goal, backs them up to the 2, and it'll be in safety territory now for the Ripley Tiger defense so they can get a tackle for loss.
Now, that is just half the distance, not a 5-yard penalty there because they are within 5 yards of the goal line.
First down and about 12 from the 2-yard line. Handoff up the middle and got a nice push. It looked like he was going to be stopped at about the line of scrimmage originally, but gets about 3 yards. Maybe gets a yard past the original 6, so 2nd down and 9 after the run from Atkinson.
Yeah, Atkinson just does nothing special there, just goes off tackle behind that big guard and tackle off the right side of the line for the New Albany Bulldogs. So 24-21, under a minute to go for third quarter. Ripley on top.
And it'll be a handoff again up the middle. Nothing doing there for the Bulldogs. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
No gain on the play.
So now the Bulldogs got to decide here, well, do you run it and, and just punt it away, or do you risk throwing the football here and trying to pick up the first down? John, what are you doing in this situation?
This far back in their own end of the field, man, you got to stay close to the books, I think, if you're the Bulldogs, but they look spread out 4 wide, so they may go for a pass here.
I kind of like this. There's the saying, scared money don't make money, and they just drew Ripley off sides. That is huge. Just got the interior defensive line of Ripley to jump. It was Charlie Coombs who was trying to time the snap count, and now that gives room for New Albany where you can run or pass, whichever you choose at this point. Bulldogs don't have to run another play for the end of the third, but I believe they're going to. 15 seconds remaining. And here's Shettles. He'll roll out right side. Out route. But now they're going to throw a corner, and it's out of the reach of the intended receiver, number 4, DJ Robinson. He had an out route for the first down, but Robinson had beat Turner on a corner route and just out of his reach, and now the Bulldogs definitely have to punt.
Yeah, but it looks like the Bulldogs will join a punt, and and let's see if Ripley brings some pressure here this close to the end zone. Ripley may bring pressure and not drop anybody back to return.
Well, if you do, this is probably one of the safest times after the failed fake last time. You would have to assume they're not going to fake it again, especially at this point, so you might bring the pressure. But Ripley instead looks like they're going to play it a little bit safe. And the punt is away. It's a boomer to the 45 as the fair catch is called. Ripley going to have great field position as we come back on RCTV 19 let's just keep it here with 4 seconds remaining before the end of the
let's keep it here. Owen, man, just a good back and forth quarter there. No, neither team Ripley established a little momentum on the offensive line, but neither team just got their offenses going as per se going.
Yeah, no, you're going to see that drive feels like it could be a difference maker coming out of the half. Ripley executed almost perfectly, just didn't get in the end zone, but that was really the only problem as they were able to kick the field goal to take the lead. As Jalen Brooks has a nice run, and he's going to have about 4 yards as now we head to the end of the third. 24-21. Folks, we've got 1 left to play, and you are not going to want to miss it right here on RCTV 19.
Play hard, but at the end of the day, we bring people together just like our local sports do. And I appreciate you allowing me to join you tonight on TV 19. Here's the best to your favorite team that'll be playing on the field tonight.
CB&S Bank wishes good luck to Walnut, Faulkner, and Ripley football teams this season. Come see them at 13331 Mississippi 15 in Ripley or at 28171 Mississippi 15 in Walnut. Farrow Ward Ford has been your local source for cars, trucks, and SUVs since 1952. They wish good luck to all our Tippah County teams in the 2022 football season. Stop by and see them in Ripley or call at 662-837-3001. Fiesta Grill sends their best wishes for a great football season for all Tippah County athletes. Check out their buffet and specials every week at 1709 City Avenue North in Ripley.
Since their beginnings in 1935, Ripley Insurance Agency has become a leader in providing quality protection for thousands of individuals and families throughout our region. Their basic belief in providing only the best in coverage and personal service is just one of the many reasons why today, more than ever, people are moving up to the difference of quality insurance protection Ripley Insurance Agency can uniquely provide. At Ripley Insurance, they can assist you with all types of insurance quotes. We take the time to analyze each customer's needs and develop a plan to fit your own specific situation. Give them a call today at 662-837-8874 to discuss your options for your current insurance needs.
Welcome back to Ripley High School for what should be one more heck of a fourth quarter. The fans are getting into action. We'll turn it over on them and let them hear you, fans.
2nd down and 6. Long rolls out. Going to throw it over the middle. Has Michael Turner and just off his hands. It was a little bit behind him, but that's one you ask Turner. He's going to say he definitely should have brought it in.
He's at 3rd down and 6.
3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Let's see what the offensive coordinators draw up. But me and Owen were talking, and that's something we talked about coming out of the halftime, out of the break there. Some of the Tigers have not done quite a lot and hit those open passes. And, boy, he was wide open, was Michael Turner.
Yeah, and that's one Ripley, depending on how this 3rd down goes, they're going to really wish they had back. But obviously you're still in 3rd and manageable, but that New Albany sideline is getting hyped up for this 3rd down. It's really starting to feel like a big-time environment down the field. It's pistol, handoff. No, it's his own read. Long's got the 1st down and more to the 30 and inside down to the 28. And a 1st down for the junior quarterback. John, that's just a great time to pull up his own read.
Tigers, he pulls his own read, calls his own number, gets a 1st down, Tigers, and a big one to start the 4th quarter.
1st and 10 Tigers.
1st and 10 Tigers. Oh, and I'm going to let you have it, brother. You can see better than I can, so you get the call. Tigers 1st and 10 from the 29. Have at it, buddy.
Tigers will come out in the wing tee now after in the pistol set now. They're going to go power. Puts Brooks in motion, and Collier has a nice run of about 6 yards down to the 24, 23-yard line, bringing up 2nd down and 4.
Second down and 4 for the Tigers.
Tigers really want to try to, and it's crazy. First half you'd have said, oh, well, plenty of time. And with how the second half went, both teams running the clock down, chewing it, and not scoring anything more than a field goal, it almost feels like a touchdown could be a dagger-type play.
That's the moment you score a touchdown here, it gets momentum back on your side of the field. Fans get in it, and it's going to be Collier again on the handoff right up center.
I think he got the 1st down. He did. They're going to move the chain straight forward. So Collier with a run of 5. Collier's not a feature back in this offense usually, but the middle linebacker has been a fantastic power back tonight. He had done nothing truly special, but just gotten the 4 or 5 yards about every carry.
And that's something you cannot ask much more than a running back can get for 4 or 5 yards to carry. You get 4 or 5 yards to carry, you're averaging 100 yards on the night easily.
So 1st down and 10 from the 18-yard line. As the Tigers will go in the wing tee. Handoff at the middle to Collier. Collier will get nothing but maybe a yard. So 2nd down and 9 coming up for the Tigers.
So Tigers get a yard gain there. Bring up 2nd about 9 from the 28-yard line. 9:48 remaining.
So now we're going to try to cut it to the field as John Ross Myers has a sideline camera. Let's see
Babin Smith are proud supporters of Tippah County sports. Eaton Babin Smith CPAs and advisors have offices in Ripley, New Albany, and Tupelo. Eaton Babin Smith specializes in small business financial services from bookkeeping and QuickBooks assistance to payroll services and tax filings. They have solutions for almost every small business need. They have vast experience in the preparation of financial statements and in the preparation of all types of tax returns for individuals, small business, nonprofits, estates, and trusts. They also can provide business valuation services. Call them at one of their 3 offices and let them help you with your accounting and tax needs.
Great athletes, great teams, great schools. Good luck from Norris Howell, 107 Dumas Road.
Angel Davis and the staff at Silly Sisters wishes Tippah County football teams a winning season. Go check them out for all your gift and monogramming needs at 1320.
Welcome back to Ripley High School. Ripley will kick off to the Bulldogs. 31-21. Owen, the momentum quickly coming back to the Tiger sideline.
Yeah, absolutely. Squib kick over in the middle of the field. Bulldogs struggling to pick it up. Finally, Atkinson does. Gets it to just before the 20, and he's brought down. Great coverage by the Tigers.
And who on the tackle but number 9 himself, the man.
Keegan Collier. Man. He, like I said, not a ton of big plays from Collier, but just a bunch of plays. The dude is all over the field tonight and really has he's always the heart and soul of the Ripley defense in the middle. Your middle linebacker is always running that defense in the middle of the field. But, man, Collier stepped up in a big way in the run game tonight as well. Shettles comes back, shotgun set, 2 wide receivers at the top and the bottom of the formation. Snap, looks, fires on a slant, finds DJ Robinson, but Robinson couldn't handle the football.
And that's something New Albany has not done a lot of in the second half. Throw the football around. And you can see the rust there almost. You hate to say rust, but it's something that the Bulldogs have been very comfortable run the ball with the power back there in number 22.
Yeah, absolutely. And, now you wonder if Bulldogs might not try to run to go third and manageable, but they won't. They'll throw it again. And that one is caught for a first down and more as the receiver still fighting, finally brought down. And the Bulldogs might push it just a little bit here. Jeb Boland, I believe that might be only his second reception on the night.
Yeah, but his first one was a big one, and that another big reception for Boland. Looks like the Bulldogs will go hurry up here.
Back in that same set, 2 wide receivers, top and the bottom, just a basic spread shotgun set. Throw over the middle to DJ Robinson. Robinson's got room to work. He's still on his feet. He's got the sideline. 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. Is he brought down by McDonald?
Yes,
short? He is at about the 3-yard line. Huge play by the sophomore Robinson to get the Bulldogs within striking distance.
And looks like Ripley had read the play. Just he gets a pass out to number 22, and he gets to the end zone quickly. Fortunately for the Tigers, number 7, Aquan McDonald, was there with the stop.
Yeah, Robinson's 5'7", 140. Like Cody Atkinson, a small back, but, man, he makes people miss in the open field. Atkinson on the run is going to get bottled up short of the goal line at about the 3-yard line. So second down coming up.
Second down and about 3. Goal to go for the Tigers. For the Bulldogs.
So let me ask you, John, if it gets to this point, is this 4-down territory this close to the goal line?
Oh, no doubt. No, I don't think you have any question here is a 4-down territory for the Bulldogs. Down 31-21. You're 10 points behind. You're 4 down in a 2-point conversion if I'm coaching.
Shettles, split back, hands to Atkinson. Atkinson, is he in? Touchdown, Bulldogs. Atkinson was able to slip his way through the middle of the O-line and finds a hole just big enough for that 5'7" frame, and he is in the end zone, and the Bulldogs can make it a 3-point game with an extra point.
Yeah, or they could make it a 1-point game with a 2-point conversion. So let's see what they draw up here. Looks like they're going to go for an extra point, make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, you just bring it within a simple tie of a field goal. You don't want to risk having the payoff's great. You could win it with a field goal, but want to make sure that you can at least tie it with that field goal. If you miss the 2-point conversion, you got to have another touchdown.
Right, and New Albany, behind the sticks there, gets a couple good plays and makes a heck of a a screenplay basically there to set up for the touchdown run of number 22 for New Albany.
With 7:39 remaining, we'll kick it back to hear a word from our sponsors.
The Albany North in
31-28.
Ripley.
This is a good one, folks. Don't go anywhere on RCTV 19.
We have everything you need. Food Giant, City Avenue North, Ripley.
Shop Easy Supermarket in Walnut wishes good luck to the Walnut Wildcats, the Collegiate Warriors, the Faulkner Eagles, and the Ripley Tigers this football season.
Both Eagles and Tigers run with the big dogs. Good luck from Big M Diesel Express. Wishing the best to all our students and athletes. Here at Tippecanoe.
RCTV 19 welcomes you back as the Bulldogs get ready to kick it away with 7:39. And John, let me say, I'm not saying they are going to do this. Keep your eyes open for the Bulldogs to possibly try to do something of a short kick here. See if you can steal
kick
position.
or something like that to keep Ripley from, and they may kick it all the way to the
And
end.
it is a little bit of an onside kick, and the Bulldogs are going to have the football. Man, I might be a prophet. And I think the Bulldogs have the football. They do. New Albany, this surprise onside kick. And that just felt like a situation where on the road, you just try to steal a possession. It felt like that from the moment you kick it, and that was exactly what happened.
Yeah, and Ripley did not have hands team out there that I'm aware of. So
well, and not only that, but it kicked right to a Ripley defender, but it was so hard kicked, and you're taking that back step to return that you don't have time to get around and get your hands in position to field it off that bounce, and it just bounced right back to the Bulldogs.
And let's see if the Bulldogs just don't go for the jugular here and go to the end zone.
Shettles looks, fires, high pass caught by Robinson for a first down. And, man, all of a sudden, John, the momentum has changed. And just all it took was a screen play and an onside kick. And it went from Ripley being loud to now this sideline is silent. And the Bulldogs sideline is erupting at every play.
Well, and they saw the potential there of a nice gain. Ripley very quickly to the ball.
2nd down and 4. Handoff, Atkinson. He's going to get bottled up short of the first down marker. It gets about 2. So 3rd down and 3 coming up. Ripley defense has a chance to right the wrongs of the special team unit and get off the field here.
3rd down and a long 3, short 4. 44-yard line. Tigers needing a stop here on offense.
Shells goes with the hard count. Doesn't get anybody on that Tiger front to jump. Looks back for the play call.
Gives it to his running back.
Now Shettles puts a man in motion, 5 wide now. Looks, it's a quarterback draw. There's nothing there. Shettles is bottled up in the backfield. Huge play. None other than a big man in the middle.
No, it was number 24.
24. Anthony Bale, 6'1", 175. That big man in the middle of the field, the linebacker with a big-time play.
Let's see if the Bulldogs do send out the punt unit.
And it looks like, indeed, they will. I feel like you have to punt it here, but actually, no, yes, they are going to bring the punt unit on the field. I didn't see anybody back to punt. Punter a little bit late coming on.
Yeah, and coaches are telling Ripley, stay home, stay home, stay home, stay home, stay home.
And here is the punt away. It's a high one, not necessarily super long, and it will go out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. 5:34, we bring you back where Ripley could possibly ice it with a couple of first downs on RCTV 19.
We are more than just a healthcare facility. Your symbol of excellence is here. Tippecanoe Hospital, Ripley.
Mi Pueblo in Ripley wishes good luck to all of our local teams and athletes this football season. Go see them at 925 City Avenue South in Ripley and check out their new outdoor patio.
Come visit Lois and Kevin at McNeil Agency.
Welcome back to Ripley High School. Ripley now in that power wishbone formation. Going to give off to center.
It's going to be Keegan Collier on the carry. He's still fighting, John, and he's going to be brought down after a gain of about 2. So it'll bring it to 2nd down and about 8.
Yeah, 2nd and a short gain of about 2. Brings up 2nd down and 9, according to the stadium announcer. Long goes back in with the call. Let's see what the Tiger offense coordinators here draw up. Ripley has established that offensive line so far in this second half, and that's something Ripley has had to do. It's going to be a full house backfield for the Tigers. Going to send Long under center. Long calls out his signals. Going to be a give.
Handoff up to the middle to Jalen Brooks, and there's nothing there for him. And Brooks is going to be brought down, and it'll be 3rd down and about 9.
The 3rd about 9 Tigers. See the Bulldogs bring in some substitutions.
4:23 remaining. Bulldogs have no timeouts. Ripley only has 1. So they can't stop the clock, John. So you feel like 2 first downs ices it, but you're at 3rd and long. Do you risk putting – I feel like you do risk at this point putting it in the air. There's still so much time left on the clock. We'll see. Puts a man in motion. Here comes the counter to Brooks, and the Bulldog defense was ready for it. He is stuffed at the line and no more. So the Tigers, with under 4 to go, will have to punt it away. And now we have a timeout on the field. They're saying the Bulldogs have a timeout. Maybe it didn't get updated before on the scoreboard but after halftime. But, I mean, it's showing New Albany has no timeouts, but obviously the official just granted them one. So I feel like on the scoreboard, it probably was not updated after halftime.
Right. So New Albany takes a break. We'll stay here for this halftime.
Yes, and they did just update it. So 2 timeouts remaining for the Bulldogs. So that's a big stop.
So this is going to be an interesting call for the Tigers. Do they come out in the offensive set, or do they send Aquan McDonald back to punt and rely on that defense?
I think you gotta
done a better job playing defense the second half.
It's been the defense all season. You live and abide by that unit. You know, if New Albany was the scorer, all right, you know, they did it. But you've got to trust that defensive unit. McDonald has boomed a couple punts tonight, and it's 4th and long. You know, 4th and 1, maybe we're having a conversation in your own territory at the 25, 4th and 10. You got to punt it away.
Exactly.
It will be Robinson back to return, McDonald to punt it. McDonald snap, catches, kicks, and that is a beautiful punt. And Robinson throwing the football. Tigers got it. Ripley has the football. DJ Robinson couldn't handle it.
And number 21, who has been there all night for the Tigers, Keegan Collier, recovers the fumble. And that, my friends, could be a game changer.
I mean, now Ripley, really, you're looking at down the barrel at 1 first down, and this one's probably over. Just a arcing punt that it was spiraling in a weird direction, and Robinson had trouble locating it and finally gets under it. And again, that ball's not end over end like most punts are. It wasn't a spiral. It was straight. It was a duck. I mean, there's no way to call it off the foot. Weird rotation. Robinson couldn't handle it, and Davis, great coverage to be right there to recover it.
Now Tigers in that power formation, that wing T.
Long handoff to Collier, and Collier is going to have 5 yards and will have a nice gain on first down.
Yeah,
so
he gets to the outside.
This is you got to feel like this is a discouraged unit for the defense now. They got hands on hips, guys with their head down. You've got, if you're Ripley, you got to make them pay. No doubt about it.
You bring the pain if you're Ripley, as the old saying goes. But you do want to, get a couple first downs, get New Albany with those hands on the hips, maybe even try to score here. A demoralizing score would be a score here for the Tigers.
Back in the wing T, Collier, the fullback, puts Brooks in motion this time. Hand off to Collier, and Collier, is he going to have the first down? The line of game's about the 31.
Very close to a first down.
It's going to be about a yard short.
Yeah,
so
3rd and about 1 left.
And John, the clock's at 2:43. You run this all the way down, it's going to be at about 2:10 when you snap it. That's the ball game. Well, maybe not with 2 timeouts, obviously. I still think they had 0 from the scoreboard being at 0 earlier. But you get it here, and you're in field goal position to make it where the Bulldogs have to go get a touchdown if you get one more first down.
Right, I agree. And the Tigers will look to go get that first down. make New Albany make the decision what they want to do.
Wing T again, and now Ripley's going to call a timeout. I think Long didn't like the set against that Bulldog defense. So Ripley is going to talk it over. Let's take a quick break. Might be our final break of the night. Don't want to miss any action on RCTV 19.
9, Highway 15 North, Ripley.
First American offers online and mobile banking features to make your banking experience easy and safe. Activate or deactivate your debit card as needed. Attach images to transactions. Set up text alerts to guard against unauthorized spending or to monitor your account balance. Use the P2P feature to safely send money to a friend. We even offer mobile wallet, so you can stay on top of your finances from anywhere. These options and more are available with online or mobile banking. At First American National Bank, you'll get that hometown feel with a high-tech touch.
Mahindra's the official tractor of Tough, right, Chase?
Yep, that's right, Tony.
Tigers back out. 3rd down and 1. Peyton Taylor, John Noel on the call. Here we go. Handoff, Collier. Oh, I don't think he got it. I think he was stuffed behind the line to gain, and Coach Stubblefield is going to call a timeout. Bulldogs are going to force the Tigers to make a decision.
And that's what we just talked about before we went to our break. You know, do the Tigers force the hand of the Bulldogs? Well, the Bulldogs now forcing the hand of the Tigers.
Let's see. John, you're at the 32. That is a 49-yard field goal. I don't think you can. I don't think you can kick that at this state. Not that I doubt the leg of Freddie Lopez, but it's just such good field position, to give the Tigers. Or you risk. Lopez still is a high school kicker, so he might, have that kick have to be a little lower. You could risk a block.
You block, or as we've seen in college, they put a man back. Kick 6. Happened to Alabama a few years ago when Auburn, defeated a highly ranked Alabama team with a kick 6. And that's something the Tigers really have to think about here. And that's going to bring up 4th and about 1.
And if I know Ty Long as a junior quarterback, he's telling his coaching staff, I'm not giving you a choice. I'm staying on the field. And that's exactly what it looks like. Long is on the field. This is what a junior quarterback lives for. An upperclassman quarterback, they want to be the one that can put this game away. So maybe watch for Ty Long to have the ball in his hands here. 4th down and 1. Long under center. Wishbone. Brooks in motion. Toss to Brooks. He's got the first down. He does. Across the 30-yard line to the 27. They pitch it to the outside, and here goes a little bit of shoving, and oh boy, these two teams, it's been such a hard-fought battle. You can't expect these two teams to not be frustrated.
First down for the Tigers, and I'm going to tell you, folks, that may bring Tigers within the ability to take a knee, run this clock out.
I don't think you can take it. I don't know about taking a knee. They got one time out. I don't know how the time would work in terms of taking a knee. We'll see. Bulldogs still have one timeout.
Well, the Tigers are going to run as much clock off the scoreboard as possible. Look for them to run the play clock down to 1 or 2 seconds before they take the snap, and that's what Long is doing, calming his troops.
Now a handoff up the middle to Collier, and Collier got maybe a yard, if that. And Bulldogs are going to call their timeout here. And I like calling your timeout here if you're Coach Stubblefield. Don't wait till 3rd down. Go ahead and call it. That way you can give your defense a couple more breather for the final 2 plays in which you got to have the stop. Yeah, so with 1:27, it's 31-28. Ripley trying to survive here at home and move to what I believe would make them 7-0 on the year.
2-0 in division, which I'm going to tell you, folks, if you're paying attention to I mean, is it 2-4A Ripley's in, or is it 1-4A?
I believe it is 1-4A, but don't quote me on that.
So if you're paying attention to 1-4A, Ripley now starting, well, they've already made a name for themselves, but really coming to 2-0, really putting teams on the watch, for down the road. Ripley goes on the road next week to South Pontotoc. We will be at the Walnut-Belmont game next week. A little preview of what's going to happen next week for RCTV 19. Let's see what the Tigers do. Let's see if they're content to keep the ball on the ground, which I believe the Tigers will, but they got to be strong-handed, not turn the ball over.
Yeah, and you talk about next week, and that's Ripley, we won't be there obviously, but Ripley in a battle to solidify. With a win there, you almost solidify that you could have a home, be a favorite for a home playoff game. And, Walnut, they need to beat Belmont next week on RCTV 19 to make sure they have a playoff spot. So big games coming up next week, but we got a big finish coming up here as Long keeps it, and he might have the first down. And I think Ty Long, the junior quarterback, just put this game on ice.
And Ty calls his own number there.
Moving the sticks in. John, that's the ball game.
It's got to be the ball game now. Looks like the Tigers. Let's see if the Tigers will take a knee here for the rest of the night.
Yeah, no doubt you're taking a knee here. All you got to do is run with how the clock is. You've got to run maybe 2 more plays, maybe just 1, depending on how that clock runs. So the Tigers are going to escape, and, man, what a hard-fought effort by both squads here. Neither one wanted to give up an inch, but it was the Tigers off the leg of Freddie Lopez and the swarming defense forcing turnovers that will bring a 7-0 record and a 2-0 start in division to Ripley, as the Ripley Tigers will claim the 2nd straight win in the old Highway 15 rivalry.
Looks like the Tigers will run one. No, they don't. I don't know necessarily. Do they have to run one more play?
There's a 1 second differential maybe in the play clock, maybe a half second. I think the Tigers are going to just snap it one more time just to make sure.
Long takes a knee, and that will be your ball game. Owen, what a night for the Ripley Tigers. Highway 15 rivalry. Couldn't get much better football game than what we've had so far here tonight. What a wonderful win for the Tigers here at Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, Ripley, they faced their hardest test tonight. They say you come for the king, you best not miss. And right now, Ripley looked like the king coming to this game. New Albany gave them their best shot. Ripley's got the target on their backs right now. But they weathered the storm. It looked like the Bulldogs could have had the momentum to pull off a big second-half comeback. But, man, Ripley weathers the storm, and they get critical turnovers when they need. And Ty Long is the man that puts the game away as Ripley moves to 7-0 and 2-0 division. So, John, let's cut it back. One final break for about a minute. Come back with our players of the game. Look forward to next week.
About 4,000 pounds of front-end lift capacity, right?
It sure does.
So who's tougher, kid? Me or you?
You are, Tony. Can you put me down now?
What? You want to go higher? Okay.
I said down, you old goat.
I am the goat.
Mahindra, the official tractor of Tough and Stewart Haas Racing.
Come on, Tony, put me down.
Good luck to our teams from Rebel Services LLC, specializing in aviation services. 512-0219. Rebel Services LLC, 59.
We welcome you back on RCTV 19. Peyton and John, man, what a game. 31-28 is your final as the Ripley Tigers survive here at home, and they start at 7-0 and 2-0 in the division. John, final thoughts?
Ripley does exactly what needed. They come out second half, establish the line of scrimmage, keep New Albany out of the end zone at critical points, and does a great job to finish this game 31-28. Give credit where credit's due. I got to call my player of the game right now. I'm going to give it to young Ty Long, the junior quarterback.
Yeah, Ty was – I'm actually, for the first time this season, I'm going co-players of the game. Ty Long is obviously one, that coming in the year, I said I wanted to see Ty Long, as a junior quarterback make plays to win a big game. Before I said Ripley were contenders in 4A for sure. Well, Ty Long did that tonight, and ladies and gentlemen, it might be a little bit late to say it, but I'm ready to say it now after that performance by Long. Ripley Tigers are state championship contenders. That when you've got a junior quarterback that can make plays like that to win a big division game at home against a fierce rival, that's when you've got a potential for a special squad down there. So Long is one of them. The other, Cooper Davis. We called his name multiple times tonight. Had a receiving touchdown from Long, one of Long's 2 touchdown passes, as well as a play that, isn't necessarily going to be credited to Cooper, but the hustle on the punt return to get right where he needed to be when Robinson fumbled the football. He didn't force the fumble, but Robinson could just as easily have picked that ball up after he fumbled it, but Cooper Davis was in position to not even let it bounce on the ground once before he was on top of it. So Ty Long, Cooper Davis, congrats to you. And I want to say one final thing, John, before you close it out. I know, we obviously Tippah County Network, but I know we've got Union County watchers. You got to give hats off to New Albany Bulldogs, man.
Yes,
They
do.
battled on the road. This is all you could have expected from a rivalry game. By far the most exciting game we've covered on RCTV 19 this year. So hats off to Coach Stubblefield. I know Coach decently well covered him last year. He's got a heck of a squad over there in New Albany. They're going to be right in the mix for that other home playoff game in this division. But overall, two teams battled out. I said it before the game. It'll be my final thought. Both teams want to punch you in the mouth, and tonight Ripley just punched a little bit harder in the 15th round.
Yeah, and you're right, Owen. Man, what a privilege it was for us here at TV19 to cover such a wonderful night of college, high school football. 31-28, your Tigers win the old Highway 15 rivalry. Hey, man, join us next Friday night as we'll be at Walnut for the Walnut-Belmont game. Look for Walnut to improve off of 2 straight divisional losses to come into a Belmont team. Not sure what their record is on the year, but look for Walnut to improve. Owen, look forward to calling with you next Friday night, my friend. Joey for RCTV 19, for John Ross, for Tony back at the station. Good night. God bless. Here on TV 19 Sports, your home for Tippah County football and more next week.